Good morning, everyone. Welcome to my channel. I'm MaryAnne, and you are watching MaryAnne's Mystic Mentions. And welcome all new and returning clients. I love you so much. I just lost one of my die here. Welcome to the last day of March, March 31st, 2021. And welcome to the featured sign today of Pisces. Pisces, thank you for your patience. You know, you're the last sign of the zodiac, and you're the most knowledgeable in my mind. You're just so incredibly wise and just very, very, very caring, compassionate, and you're a water sign. You know, there's a lot of emotion, and it makes me happy to read for you. I apologize for it being a little bit late. I mentioned before in a couple of readings I lost my phone, but then I got a new one, and I waited for it to come in the mail, blah, 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 and here we are. Lots of storage now. I had a lot of problems with that, so I'm excited that that's not an issue. I welcome this, and I'm excited to talk to you because I have a lot to say, and it's a beautiful, beautiful time. So even though it's the last day of the month, Pisces, we are going to be reading, because in essence it's going to be leading you into April. And then, you know, when your reading comes again for the first half of the month of April, it will really give you a clear kind of defining understanding from what's being said today, and then the messages that'll come from there, and you know, the congruency of it, and just kind of the streamline, like I said, as you are just kind of going with the flow and seeing where it's going and seeing if it's where it's leading you, right? And it's all done out of love. Those are my types of readings. I'm a tarot reader, for those that are new, for many, many years, and I'm a very mostly intuitive psychic reader because I get a lot of messages. You know, I get them before I come in the room, but I do follow the guidelines of the tarot as well. So I'm going to pull your highlighter, which I always do. You know, I start with the one featured sign and go around the zodiac wheel for the streamline kind of knowing aspect for people to know when their reading will be coming up. And then the highlighted is the one that Spirit wants you to know. Now, I do want to say, because I just thought of this today coming through here, as I was coming in, the highlighted is for all Pisces, but a lot of times you may say, let me do it first. Libra. Pisces and Libra. I absolutely love it because, well, a lot of what my thoughts were when Spirit was talking to me prior to coming into this reading was just the absolute similarities and heart-centered drawing kind of emotional ties that happen with Libra and Pisces. And I am a Libra, and I have so many Pisces friends and people I know that we're different, you know, we're different, but we also get along so well because we love, okay? Bottom line, it's just the heart is open. You know, Libra is the mind, right? But you are the water, and the thing is that we just had that full moon in Libra on Sunday, so there's a lot of energies that are you'll be feeling for a couple weeks or longer. But I was thinking about that before I came in, and I thought, wow, I'm feeling really strongly that there was just a whole bunch of real important revelations for Pisces with this beautiful full moon in Libra. And the fact that it was focused on relationships, which is something you absolutely love. And I mean all types of love, you know, I've always said that. And I really feel really strongly also the messages coming through were that for Pisces, it's a real important time for you, Pisces, to fully immerse yourself in the boundaries and the necessary stances that you have to take, is what was coming through, to provide the ultimate happiness for yourself. Okay, you're a giving, caring, selfless soul, and it's phenomenal, and people love you and they gravitate towards you for that. They see your light, and that's all very well and good. And I know you love to give, and I know you love to do things beyond sometimes your capacity. And I know that this balancing moon of Libra is there to put in place for the beginning of April and onward for the rest of the year. And then, as you know, next year, and a little bit of a taste of it between May and July, when Jupiter enters your sign. So I think it really made you sit, and it opened your heart even more. And I'm feeling emotional talking about it. So I feel like a lot of you are, I feel like you've kind of reached higher grounds as far as that goes. And you've had a real sincere, honest talk with yourself, because you know how you like to be. You like to allow that time in some capacity, and it's different for everybody. It could be during a yoga class. It could be during the times that you're doing your incredible artistic endeavors, because you're one of the most creative signs in the zodiac. But I feel like you're really being honest and true to yourself. And I think health is essential, every aspect. The holistic thing is where we're going here, okay? And so I love that you have the highlighted connection today as Libras. So you are a mutable sign. Of course you are. You've got that watery, let's go with flow, let's go here, let's go there, let's try this. The chameleon is what you're known as. You can adapt very easily, and people see you in different ways, and you're very, very impressionistic. Is that the word? Where you take on people, and you just like, all of a sudden, when you have a best friend, for example, you act and seem you take on the characteristics, and you just become that person, because you have that kind of beautiful empathy and understanding, and you feel them, and you're on an energy level, and the heart's there. So the heart's the most important, powerful way that we can communicate, connect, and become one, if you will, with others in our lives. And yours is wide open, I'll tell you. But it's just and then you're ruled by Neptune, historically by Jupiter. Okay, so I always want to say that I still feel like that's a big part of who you are. You believe in the most optimistic things, you visualize that, and by gum, you make it happen. You are a manifester, one of the biggest manifestors in the zodiac, and we all manifest, but it's something that's second nature to you. Like, you've done it before, it's just what you are. And you like to share that, and you like to help others in their process with that a lot of times. You're very interested in occult and the mysteries of life, which leads me to your more modern ruler, which is Neptune. And Neptune's in your sign, has been for a while, and will be for some time now. 2025 or 26. Imagination, creativity, the most incredible creative thoughts and ideas and inspirations, and just this beautiful expression of that. And it could be in all forms, all mediums. But you're really highlighted in that right now. And your sensibility, your senses, your psychic ability is just spot on right now. Your intuition is kicking in, and you're listening, you're hearing, and it's really a beautiful time. It's in the season of Aries, okay? That's the fire and the passion that even water signs have. I've seen some very, very outspoken and very very capable, entrepreneurial kind of energies that come with this Pisces energy. So there's a lot of variables as to how people see you and perceive you. Once again, that chameleon kind of, energy. But it's beautiful. And then Libra, like I said, there's this wonderful kind of balancing of wanting to make sure that everything is right. You understand, you're fair, you're just. Libra wants to appreciate the beauty and the art and the aesthetic aspects of life, gardens, nature, whatever it is. It could be simple, it could be completely pure and natural, it could be, fully made up and, dressed to the nines. And they really have a very innate talent to kind of just create beauty around them. That's the Venus that rules the sign of Libra. So, but this compassion is there for both of you. And I'm told, out of all the air signs, Libra is the more watery one. Because yes, air is all about the mind and the thoughts and, just too much thinking at times, obviously, and just focused on, the strategy of this and what is that person thinking? What is their angle? What is their, viewpoint? And then just working it out the best you can. You want to connect. You care a great deal about people and circumstances, and you want it to be You want it to be balanced and fair. That's always what you strive for. So this is a really beautiful connection between the two of you. It is, you know, one on all levels. Like I said, there's great friendships, but there's great love too. And we're in that time right now. So you've got the energy of Aries in the new season of spring, and it's just, if we can feel it in our bodies and our hearts, and it feels really beautiful. So I'm going to read to you the 3 major categories for this particular connection. So may I also say, Pisces, that if you're saying to yourself, don't know about this Libra, not even sure if I know Libra, give it some thought, okay? Because I think if you sat, you probably have a relative, a good friend, someone you worked with. Somehow or another, there's going to be some affiliation other than maybe just the full moon Libra that you're feeling extremely affected by. And like I said, will for a while. The other thing I would mention is you may know people with these energies, but they don't have to be Libra. You just find them that they tend to be very, you know, balanced and fair and caring, diplomatic, you know, straightforward a lot of times, very good communicators, or information that's coming in is going to be fair for you, and you welcome that wholeheartedly. And also, lastly, I would say Libra could be the influence that could happen around the time that Libra has their season, their solar return, which is the latter part of September through October. Usually the 23rd of September through the 22nd of October. So those are considerations too for this particular reading. So the 3 categories are as follows. The first one is always the overall energy that's led you to this reading, and you have, it's so beautiful, the major arcana, the Emperor. Because we're in Aries season, and that's just how strong Aries has been. The leader, the beginning of the zodiac, the first sign of the zodiac. This is the beginning of the astrology year. You know, I mean, January in the calendar year is the new year for a lot of people, but this is the astrology new year. So it's all about new beginnings, all about epiphanies, breaking through, making the changes. You know, there's a real known understanding with Pisces of this regeneration, this natural thing of cycles, and like the moon and the tides and, you know, the water and the fluidity of things, and understanding that, like, you've been through this many times before and probably really have, right? And you recognize that somehow you just know things. That's what you do, Pisces, as most water signs do. And it's about the regeneration, reinvention that's coming very strongly into play. And then just the pioneering spirit and thinking, this is the time. I matter enough. Life is everything to me, and I will do whatever it takes. And I will be, I'll be guided as well. And we have to do with a male energy. That's not necessarily who you are, but that definitely helps fuel your dreams, okay? So the relationship seems amazing. Now, because it is Aries season, it was very prevalent for this full moon in Libra too, because Libra and Aries are polarity opposites, right? But they also absolutely work extremely well together for that very reason. And we've got the me energy of Aries and the we of Libra, which is that beautiful balance, which is the scales. Once again, it's all just so beautifully perfectly harmonized, and it makes perfect sense, especially the more you read about astrology. It's amazing, and it's beautiful, and it's there to guide us. You know, it's about the energies and how they affect us. Should we let them? It's always our choice. So I'm loving this beautiful beginning of April, as we're on the last day of the month, and understandably and rightfully so, because we are in the season of Aries, which is the Emperor. I mean, the Emperor represents Aries. So holding strong, holding true, and feeling that empowerment and that encouragement and the beautiful confidence that comes with that. If that was lacking or wanting in any way, which of course we go up and down with, I get that. But that's what that balance of the moon was about too. So I love this to start. It gives me great, great feelings about what this beautiful future new beginning is for you. And then, you know, finding the balance in the partnership and into a point where you just feel so incredibly fulfilled and extremely loved. And so the second category is the category of possible blessings or obstacles, by the way, I am using for the remainder of today. I will start out and bring out a new deck at the beginning of April, as well as new oracles. This is the Gilded Tarot by Ciro Machete, which I absolutely love. So one more little cut there. And the second possible blessings or obstacles, you have the Page of Wands. Okay, so now to me, well, the page is always about information. It's about new endeavors. It's new, though. It's a younger, kind of immature almost. The beginning of youthful comes to mind. You know, the toddlers of the Zodiac, or the Tarot, excuse me. And also messengers. So something about an inspirational new project, you know, idea, creation of some sort is what the wands represent, because they're the fire. But once again, in line with Aries and Aries season and our desires and our motivations to make things happen, because Aries doesn't fool around. They are the ram. They just ram into it. And this is what's going to happen. If there's something that needs to be changed, we'll talk about it later, but we're going to go for it. We're not going to wait. And you know what it is to wait, right? Pisces, and also, you know, your tarot card is either Temperance, which is very much relative to you, not Temperance, I apologize. The High Priestess, because of your incredible ability to tune into your highest power and your intuition and your psychic abilities, which are very prevalent with you, the dreams that come through, but also I'm losing my train of thought, actually. I just kind of lost it. But the reality is that you have something that you're really wanting to begin, and it could be on so many levels, and it could be the relationship. And like I said, if it isn't happening now, perhaps around the latter part, you know, next fall, next season. It's hard to say. But what I will say is that this is about the child aspect. You know, if it's not a child or someone that you know that seems, you know, maybe less mature about, you know, maybe an idea that you have more knowledge about, it's about you recognizing the child in yourself that maybe you've let go of and you want to bring back, and you want to have more fun and you want to be more excited about. And also just could be children, could actually be discussing having children. That's always a part of this picture. And if you don't have your own, and it could very well be prevalent too, it could be a Libra in your life that's a child that you feel very, very connected to, that's either at home still or has maybe left to go to college recently. It's a new start for them. You want to just envelop them with as much love and, you know, and security and optimism, knowing that they will achieve what they need to achieve, and especially with the love you bring to them. A lot of different scenarios, but it's about that inspiration and the motivation to get it done, boy. And you've got the fruits in the background, the very plush kind of, you know, foliage around you. Knowing you can create pretty much anything you want and let it just grow and grow and grow. And what is spring about? It's about planting the seeds, right? Literally plants that you plant now that you know will just continue to grow, especially if they're annuals, you know, and you could just see them every year. But it has to start somewhere. You have to plant the seed, right? So I really like that a lot. There's the motivation and the power starting right off the bat. And then there's the idea that's still pretty new and pretty green, but you know, it's like, you got to start somewhere. You have that faith, you have that trust. You could be involved with somebody that's a lot younger than you too. Well, maybe, I mean, by a lot, I mean, you know, 7-10 years, something of that nature. But it feels good. Nothing wrong with that, right? Keeping you in line with your, you know, youthfulness or your childlike fun and playfulness, which is so important. So yeah, I think I just kind of went boop for a second there in the midst of all the messages. But the final category is, I'm just noticing too how the page is looking towards and facing the card of the Emperor, because it's like this real dominance, you know. That's what the Aries represents too. It's male dominance a lot of times because it's a masculine and, you know, duality, but it's also just this Maybe it's a parent, maybe it's somebody that's coming in to just say, we're going to help, we're going to step in, we're going to start the proceedings, and you can have this for now and then see, you know, then it's you. You've got to really step into it and put everything you can into it, and just know it'll be okay, you know. But there's that help that's coming through to whatever it is, this partnership of sorts, you know. So that's a possibility too. But the last category is finances. Oh, I love this so much. That's absolutely beautiful. So finances you have, and finances are definitely money, and money is energy, but it's also about your wealth in all areas of your life. And I always have to say health, because health is extremely important. And I've been, you know, being shown different things happening to my health, and it's like, okay, nothing else matters more than taking care of these situations one step at a time, right? And being grateful for the health I do have, for heaven's sakes, because I do. And you have the Chariot. So the Chariot is about victory. It's about mastering your circumstance. And I don't know specifically, yes, your finances, but yes, knowing that you, and you get this, right, Pisces, you yourself absolutely are manifesting your life with co-creation, yes, but even though we have this beautiful source that's constantly supporting us and working with us in our favor, we have to kick it in too, right? So this is showing you going full force ahead with an idea, feeling extremely confident. This is the sign that represents, or the card that represents the sign of Cancer, a fellow water sign, you know, going through the motions, going through the flow. You're on a vehicle, you know, it could be transportation. You could buy a new car. I mean, it could be a change of mode of transportation. You could be going on a trip, for heaven's sakes. I pray that you are, and I hope you are. So many people haven't been able to. But, you know, there's so many variables there. Moving ahead and remembering that these two Sphinx at the bottom of the card, there are no leashes. There are the ups and downs of life. There are the bumps and the roads that we need to take that are less traveled, sometimes less comfortable. But it's up to us. How do we want to feel about it? Are we feeling good about our circumstance? Are we mastering the ability to know that what we feel and put out there is what we're going to bring back in? And wealth isn't even an issue, okay? You feel it, you want it, you love it, you achieve it, and then the wealth just is just all a part of it. It's like a side effect, right? Beautiful, beautiful energy for moving forward, and with swiftness and confidence. And I believe that's the sun there, and the sun is all about, let me reading the sun signs, our energy, our motivation, our egos, our drive, our determination, our efforts, our creativity. And like I said, you're an amazing creative sign. So what a beautiful reading. So the power of the Emperor, and some kind of huge influence for the two of you in this connection perhaps, or just this ability to know that you are definitely going to get some guidance and the strength you need to move forward. You've got this page bringing you information about this idea, and knowing that even if there's obstacles, you're moving forward, you're feeling really, really positive about it. It's going to help your finances, it's going to help your everyday living circumstances, which finances does, right? And to always know that, you know, it's a balance, right? There's that full moon in Libra situation again, balancing your life, your circumstances, and mastering that ability to do so. Fantastic. Two major arcanas. Very vital and important information, and powerfully beautiful, uplifting, and optimistic, positive energy. So I absolutely love that for the reading. And what I'm going to do, and what I've just started doing, is I got a beautiful bag of runes for Christmas, and I thought I've got to start really focusing on that. I've loved them for years, but I don't know a lot about them, so you have to just start, right? So I pull one for you, and it's really kind of cementing the energy of what I have just spoken to you about with this particular highlighted message. But this is for every single Pisces and every single one of your relationships, okay, and what's happening this moment and then onward. And then, of course, I go on to read your 2 oracle messages, which is once again for all of your relationships. So it's not, no one's left out, right, Pisces? Because you know how you love to be social and friendly and caring, and you have a lot of people in your life in a lot of different ways. So everybody gets a message. So your rune, though, I always look at this as like a butterfly, which is so beautiful because it's that transformational energy. It's one of the noted, symbols for transformation. And boy, if you're not feeling it at this point, I would be very surprised. And if you haven't subscribed, please do me a favor and push that subscribe button. Push the like button if you liked it. Share this video. Those that have supported me, I appreciate you so very, very much. And you can comment to me and let me know what's going on. I will always respond. I look forward to responding and connecting with my viewers so very, very much. But what I was going to do was read to you from the little booklet, because I don't know it by heart. In the back, it shows the picture. Oh, okay. So this is called Dagaz, D-A-G-A-Z. And it's number 24. So at the beginning of the book is in English, and I will read to you what it says. Oh my gosh, okay, Dagaz. Period time is from June 14th, so it's coming up. Time of Cancer. Well, it says June 14th to the 28th, so that is Cancer. And it starts on the 22nd, Cancer, solar return and season. So there's interesting possibilities in regards to this reading thus far. That's really kind of synchronistic right off the bat. Now, the message is repose, light, change, beginning, new cycle, fortune, marriage, intrigue, thwarted. Intrigue, thwarted, meaning let go of, okay? So the intrigue to me is, those things that aren't really, really necessarily legitimate or stable. It's just, news, for example, gossip, that kind of thing, intrigue, people kind of getting involved. And no, that's not something you want to do. It's a possibility to watch for. But, oh man, to me, that is absolutely beautiful, and it does tie in with your reading. But it's really interesting how this new kind of situation that's coming up, which it's different for everybody as to what it is definitely formulating now. That's the beginning, like I said, with the page, but it's also very much telling me and showing me that the messages are saying it will be really showing itself in June. Now, mind you, you do have the Moon in Scorpio today, Pisces, which is also very, very, very harmonious for you, because that is your fellow water sign. And, Scorpio doesn't fool around. They are very perceptive, they are persistent, and they are passionate about anything they have their mind set on. So they like to dig deep and delve into situations and, things they're not 100% aware of. They want to find the answers and the truths of them. And I feel like that's very much a part of what will happen for you. The clarity will be there. And just this feeling of, I know what I need to do. It's all very, very clear to me, and how to better my life and my circumstances and my finances and my relationships and whatever it is you need to do with that beautiful chariot. So hopefully you're resonating right this minute, but do give it some time, because it could have already happened. But there's no linear time in the spiritual realm. So very excited for you. I'm feeling it in the, my gut. That's usually where that's where I get all my answers pretty much. But yeah, I love it a lot. So I'm going to now move on to the Oracle, which is the Psychic Oracle, or Psychic Tarot, I should say, of the Heart by John Holland, one of my favorite decks. And this is for all the beautiful Pisceans out there in every single one of your relationships. And the message here coming through for you for today and onward is manifest. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's that time. You know, we all have this happening, and we're all going to be different about how we go about it, but come on now. The Chariot's like mastering and knowing, and then you have the beautiful fiery energy to make it happen, you know? And you just pursue it with everything that you are, and you really do give your all. So I love this. So this is number 1, okay? And tomorrow starts April 1. So yeah, it's very important that you realize this message today is really focusing on what pretty much the energies of April will be for you. But don't come back, you know, be sure you come back and check out those readings too, because I do the beginning and the mid-months for you, or second half of the month. I love this picture though. Look, take a look again. It's like a genie. It's like just knowing and just sitting in your meditative state and just bringing it in, manifesting exactly what it is you want and knowing full well what that is, which is another great way to be able to manifest. You need to really know. But I'm going to read to you what it says. This would be under the category of the Major Arcanas again. So that's a third Major Arcana. Oh yeah, I love this. Oh my gosh. And then the crown chakra really being lit up, not unusual for you. Keywords: act, create, focus, magic, clarity, and intent. This is a time of great power for you. The Manifest card is here to tell you that anything is possible. You have all the tools at your disposal to create whatever you desire. You have a variety of tools that could be put to good use. The ability to love unconditionally, to support, to cherish, to listen, to understand, to forgive, to be kind, to be joyful, and even to be silly. There's that youthful part, right? Gotta have that in us. Never want to lose that. I love how it's so, you know, in line with everything right now. All of these are useful tools in managing affairs of the heart. Take some time to determine what your best tools are so that you can, come on now, so that you can use them to work your own unique brand of magic around relationships. So interestingly enough, the affirmation is, I use my power to manifest deliberately with clear intent, which is exactly what I said. When we manifest, we have to know exactly what we want. It's absolutely part of the law of attraction and the fastest way to see it to fruition. But the traditional archetype tarot card for this is the Magician. And that's exactly what you are, and we all have that in us. We all have exactly what we need right here. And so it feels pretty positive, I must say. And I'm going to finish with your beautiful Super Attractor Manifestation deck. One of my most favorites. I tend to keep this every month out in addition to the other ones. So let's see what it has to say for all you beautiful Pisceans who are just doing your utmost best to keep that heart chakra open, keep the balance there, and do your thing, man. Make it happen. Believe in every part of your body, which you do. You're just one of those amazing people who has so much passion and compassion. Your message is, the more I attune my energy with appreciation, the more the universe will deliver. And that is absolutely the truth. I love this card because it's a purple hand, first of all. You know, I love purple. Reaching up in the sky to the fruits that are there for us if we so choose to have it and accept it and want it and create it. It's that simple. I hope you have a beautiful rest of the day, because there's so much to be grateful for, right? The appreciation is prevalent, and then also it's kind of really just sitting with what March had brought for you. And I know for a lot of Pisceans it was woo and down and woo and what, and you climbed through it. You've done amazing, and you have this beautiful power to go forward in April and just bring it. Okay, so thank you again for taking the time. That's super important to me. I love and appreciate you very much. Until next time, Bye for now.